Let's send it.
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely. I don't know.
Okay, let's go.
So, time to move on to the final story, and that's Gyökeres. I refuse to do more Gyökeres stories, but it's been so much lies flying around and no factuals, right? I think the media is trying to create this as a saga, and Ben Gyökeres was even saying himself, he hasn't said no to Man United. What he's saying is that Arsenal are more advanced in the talks at the moment than United, because United are now just focusing on getting the Mbeumo deal and selling players. But United have had conversations. United have an understanding what the personal terms is with Gyökeres. United have told them very clear with the Gyökeres agents as well that this is our focus. We want you, but this is what we're going to do. This is the plan. We are focusing right now to get them Mbeumo out of the door, and then we're going to sell players, and then we're going to come. United, on the other hand, Arsenal has been inquiring more to understand, but Arsenal is also cannot afford. And what is that all about? Let's dive into the latest reports and news that came out yesterday from Football 365. And this is also coming from an Arsenal perspective as well, from an Arsenal correspondence. Did I start a poll or not? Did I? No, let's not start a poll. Let's dive into the final story as promised, and then we will close the shop. And I hate all these advertisements, you know what I mean? And I try to say they're trying to create a nothing burger, a sort of attention drama. This is going to be the saga of the transfer window. Gyökeres to Man United, SESKO to Arsenal, or whatever makes you, tickle your feather. But this is coming in from an article written by Will Ford at Football Insider 365. And of course, it's coming out for quotes from our, major tier 1 journalists as well. But this gentleman writes, apparently, according to for Arsenal. And this, let's dive into the story together. I'm going to sort of read this article and let me know what you think. Arsenal will not be held over the barrel as they target a new striker this summer, as Sporting director Andrea Berta eyes other businesses in the transfer window. Key, yes, we've seen that they're moving on to central defense, midfield, winger, instead of going for the striker. So they're waiting for the striker. The Gunners have been chasing RB Leipzig, Benjamin Šeško, and Sporting's Viktor Gyökeres, both whom are thought of being valued around £70 million mark by respective clubs. We know that Arsenal favors Benjamin Šeško. We know that Arsenal has said we have no problems of accepting a €70 million for Šeško. €70 million for Šeško. We've seen even reports that, RB Leipzig are kind of playing hardball. And that is where we are at the moment. We've seen reports that he agreed personal terms already with Arsenal, so he's more advanced than actually Gyökeres. So let's continue with the story. The pair are thought to be interested in move to Emirates and reported on Tuesday. So both Gyökeres and Šeško are interested in a move to Premier League. But despite reports suggesting that Arsenal have 300 million to spend on new recruits amid promises of a big transfer window from Mikel Arteta, the club is currently unwilling to meet Sporting's demands. They're not willing to meet Sporting's demands with this price tag. The key point to clarity, according to the transfer expert Fabrizio Romano. So that was Fabrizio Romano's words. For Gyökeres, we are getting many rumors that there's an agreement close between Arsenal and Sporting. I'm told that that is not the case, according to Fabrizio Romano. He said it himself on the YouTube channel. There's no advanced negotiations. We know that Gyökeres and Arsenal have been in discussion for weeks. He's one of the main targets for Arsenal this summer. There's still a war going on between the agents of the player and the Sporting to understand the final price of the player. And therefore, I think that this is going to take time. Now, I also reported this on my Twitter timeline, and I did a video regarding this, that as of 2nd of this month or 1st of this month, the release clause is active. something that was agreed with the ex-sporting director, Hugo Vienna, and Viktor Gyökeres and his agent. And it's well documented, but they also inserted a penalty clause that any bid that comes in well over 60 million euros, and if Sporting rejects, the Gyökeres camp, agents camp, gets a 10% penalty, which is about 6.5 million. Now, why would you gamble if you are Sporting Lisbon to get a penalty slap if somebody comes in with 60 million bid? You know what I mean? You know, let's continue reading the story. I will sort of minimize myself. So there's definitely a war going on. A report on Wednesday revealed that Gyökeres is broken up with his girlfriend in order to cut all ties to Portugal. He wants to come to Premier League and Premier League alone. And so far we've seen that there's only two clubs. So Arsenal and United, you know. And Arsenal's prime target is Benjamin Šeško. So Andrea Berta is, according to my understanding and my knowledge, leveraging these two players. He knows that he wants to dance with Šeško. It's been in the pipeline for 1 year. But he's also utilizing leveraging the Gyökeres deal to get what he wants. To say to RB Leipzig, okay, if you're not going to accept the price, we will move away to Gyökeres. So this is the way he works. And I think it's very smart, right? You are putting two eggs in the basket. You know you want the pink one, but you have the blue one next to it. So if you don't get the pink one, you would just take the blue one and peel it off. Simple as that. Simple as that. But Football London's chief Arsenal correspondent Tom Canton claims that little has changed of late, and that no wiggle room, in connotation, no wiggle room on the price tags of Gyökeres or Šeško will likely see Arsenal move for other options. Woo! That's a big bomb. They'd rather move away. If they don't get the price what they want, let's say we have maximum 70 million to spend euros on a striker. If it's not achievable, if they can't get then Šeško or Gyökeres, that means that Arsenal will walk away for the third option target. Who will that be? Who will that be? This comes from a Arsenal correspondent. Tom Canton claims that little has changed of late and no wiggle room on the price tag of Gyökeres or Šeško. We'll likely see Arsenal move elsewhere. That is massive news. And the search for a new striker. That we sort of makes sense that Arsenal started to shop around, like, you know, more like we are moving away from the striker. And I keep saying that Arteta don't like to play with strikers. He's allergic to strikers. That's not his system. Arteta has so much power in that club. So it doesn't matter, like, you know, him and Edu, when they used to work together, even what Edu was suggesting, Arteta always got his way. So why do you think that Andrea Berta comes in here in the middle of the season after Edu left and says, it's my way or the highway? No, Arteta rules at Arsenal. Ask any Arsenal supporter, they will tell you. But this is big news that they will walk away for other options because they have even if they have 300 million to spend, they certainly do have a budget. Will they go for Watkins? Will they go for Watkins? I know they wanted, the other Swede, Alexander Isak. But will they go for Ollie Watkins? Big question mark. Maybe it's them going for Watkins, not Manchester United. Anyway, this is massive news. He said, to my understanding, very little has changed of late. Šeško is the player of the club, they prefer. He claims it himself, like this Carlton. Šeško is the player the club would prefer. But it's not to say they would not see good value for Gyökeres. In my opinion, they are utilizing the Gyökeres deal to pressure RB Leipzig. It comes from, you can see it yourself, this article, right? Tom Canton, he is an Arsenal correspondent. He's basically saying this. To his understanding, very little player that the club prefer, but there has not to say that they don't see a good value in Gyökeres, and that says it all, my friends. Negotiations at this scale are not simple process. Selling clubs have their valuations, as do buying clubs. Both clubs right now have valuations for Šeško and Gyökeres, which is above what Arsenal are willing to pay. Wow, this line says it all, as what I said as well. Arsenal have a set price target in mind for a striker, 70 million euros. That's it. nothing above. So basically, hear me out. If they can't get Gyökeres, if they can't get SESKO for 70 million, which they're asking, they will walk away. They have other targets in mind. They don't want to wait. They don't want to dance. They don't want to negotiate. And that opens the door, because Gyökeres only wants to play for Premier League clubs. He hasn't said no to Manchester United, but so far Arsenal has been showing more interest in inquiring. And that's what media is saying, like they prefer Arsenal. No. He likes to play for Premier League. He likes to play definitely for Ruben Amorim. It's been widely reported, including myself as well. So this is the one to watch. And that's why Man United are quite chilled, relaxed. They understand what Arsenal is doing. They understand what kind of games they're playing. And they understand that we are chilled in the situation. Let us do our business first. Let's get rid of Sancho. Just the sell of Sancho will open up the door to go to a bid with Sporting. They will dance with Sporting. They have good relationship with Sporting, so there will not be a problem whatsoever. It is just the understanding, is it 60 plus 10 add-ons? So will it be, okay, we offer you 65. Typically what Manchester United do, will they drag on another negotiation rundown, attrition, like, okay, 60 is the release clause. We offer you 5 more to do installments. I certainly believe they will do. At the end of the day, beautiful people, I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. What are you saying here? Thank you for watching, beautiful people. Stay calm, and hopefully we get a here we go. Jamie Vane with the final words of wisdom will round up the show. Glory, glory, Manchester United. And if anything happens, if we get a here we go for Brandon Buemo, I'll be here for you. Thank you for watching, and see you till next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Cheers. I'm out.